All right, here we go.
Gentlemen, quit loafing around. You have a podcast to record.
Wait, what?
What? The podcast is today? Ah!
Oh, we gotta go.
Well, Mark, you're out of the lake and I'm out of the pool, and we're here for season 2 of the BryanBuilt podcast.
We made it, Chris.
We did. Enjoying your summer so far? It looked like it.
Oh man, summer is the best, isn't it? You know, I really enjoy all the seasons, but summer just always stands out as the best season, at least in my world. It's a little time for R&R, but it's also time to get things done and get ready for the next school year.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's among us as we're recording. It's basically about, 4 weeks before school starts?
Oh my Lanta, is it that close
I
already?
think so.
Wow, it'll be here before we know it.
Absolutely. So in this episode, we're going to give you all sorts of information about the back to school process, and we're going to do that as well. But first, let's hit into our news feed, the 3 kind of most quick hitters news that we have right now.
Yeah, Chris, let's break this down real quick here. So the news feed coming at you fast. First up, the construction project over at the middle school and high school. It is complete.
So we're done.
We're done.
All right.
We're done. We made it in 1 year. We broke ground in May of 25 and we finished in June of 26. So we are still in the process of moving in some furniture and doing some fine tuning, getting things organized. We have a big move-in day here with the weight room coming up to shift some of the old weights and things are going to be still utilized from the current weight room over to the new weight room. But yeah, the career tech shop, the new weight room, and the junior high gym are ready to rock and roll. So with that, we're going to do some celebrations. We have an invite-only ribbon cutting ceremony coming up on August 12th. Okay. So that'll officially recognize the opening of the new edition. And then for the general public and everyone else to view the new edition, we have our open houses coming up before the start of the school year, so all families and parents and any community members are welcome to go through the building at that point in time. We're going to hit on those dates here in a little bit later in the show. So it's very exciting. It's going to bring a wealth of opportunity to our students on the career tech side with the courses that are going to be offered. But then the athletic additions as well are just going to be state-of-the-art and top of the line. So, and
I saw that July 30th is when the teams can start using, the students start using the weight room.
Yeah,
so I saw that on social media.
Yep, July 30th is when we're going to officially break it in with the use on the athletic portion. And then the career tech side will officially open up the first day of school when we have students rolling in.
All right, so speaking of the athletic side, we got a couple of new coaches.
Yeah, some new faces in some of our programs. So we'll start in the world of softball and in spring sports here. So Hillary Staten stepped down as head coach. It was anticipated with Thea now going into the world of college athletics. So we are very happy to announce the hire of Marchetta Carrier.
Nice.
To be the head coach of the softball program. Marchetta comes to us from Edgerton Schools, and she has 20 years of head varsity coaching experience. So she will bring a wealth of not only experience, but expertise and a passion for the game into the softball program. So we're really excited for that.
And she's no stranger to Bryan because she's been involved in the kitchen, and she's actually our cafeteria's manager, our food service director, I guess is the right term.
That's correct. She's our food service director, and she does a really nice job in her daytime job with that. So now she'll be able to be here all day, both during her daytime job and now the evening job as well. So congratulations to Marchetta.
Awesome. All right. And then track is a new hire too.
Yeah. So Garrett Gleichler stepped down. He's still going to be and remain the head coach of the cross country team. However, we had to find a replacement for him for track. So Bryan Cummins is going to step into that role. And Bryan is a man with a plan and a vision. He's been serving as an assistant coach in the program for the last few years, and he is ready to hit the ground running in this new role of head varsity track coach. So we're very excited to have him, very passionate about his position, very visionary and strategic with what he wants to accomplish in this role. So our student athletes are in great hands with these new hires.
And then we talked a little bit about this in one of the previous podcasts about some restructuring going on at the middle school, high school level with some retirements and things like that. And now we have some news to announce as far as who's going to be taking some of those roles.
Yeah. So Bryan City Schools is seeing a wealth of retirements.
Oh yeah.
We have a blend of veteran staff and I'd say mid-career staff and fewer younger or rookie staff on our roles. So to fill all these retirements, it does involve a little restructuring at times. So let's just start from the top here with the middle school and high school. So Steve Allspaw retired as high school principal. We converted his position into a middle and high school principal position. So we have Nathan Keel stepping into that role. So he's very excited to get things going in his new capacity, stepping away from his athletic director role and into the middle school, high school principal role. So then filling the AD role, the athletic director role, is Jason Brown. Jason has been teaching for us for, well, I won't put a number to it because that'll age him a little bit, but many, we'll just leave it at many years. And he's heavily invested in the world of athletics in his role with the boosters. And now obviously he has had his own kids come through many programs as well. So Jason has hit the ground running this summer and hasn't missed a step along the way and continues to enhance the world of athletics. And then Julie Taylor retired, our director of special education for grades 6 through 12. So moving into that role is Adam Swisher. Adam is a current school, or was a current school psychologist for us, and is shifting now into the director of special education role at the middle school and high school for grades 6 through 12, which leaves his school psychologist position open. And we were able to hire Teresa Torrio. She's coming to us from Evergreen Schools. So she's going to be a new school psychologist, primarily serving the elementary grade levels. And then last but not least, we had to fill an assistant principal role. So Karen Meister actually retired from her guidance counselor position. Many of the duties that she ran through in her day-to-day were very administrative in nature.
That's what I was going to say.
We converted that job into a true administrative role and are calling it assistant principal. So Matt Cullen is going to fill that role. Matt comes to us from the classroom. He's been teaching science here for over a decade, and he's got a wealth of experience at the high school level. So he's going to be a great fit to work with our students and our staff at the high school. So there you have it. I think I've covered all of our administrative openings.
You got it. There you go.
Well, and I guess I'll share this too. We are on the lookout for another administrative position. It's a supervisory position, and this is late breaking, but it's in time for this podcast to air. But Ned Ruffer. Ned has been with us for a wealth of time.
Yep.
And he is the brains behind the operation. He's our director of maintenance, and there's a reason our facilities look like you could eat steak dinner off the floors, and there's a reason our facilities continue to rank amongst the top cleanest, most efficient, and cleanliness, because Ned and his crew take great care of and pride in what we do here. So Ned is officially retiring at the end of this calendar year. So we're going to be taking the fall months to find a replacement for him, and that new individual will begin on January 1st with us.
Nice.
So, yeah, a lot of changes, again, with the veteran status of many individuals, and then we'll run down our new teachers a little bit later from some of the retirements that we saw as well. But excited to have these new individuals on board, and we know that they're going to do great things for us.
Great job with the news feed. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll get deep into the back-to-school information. Can't believe it's happening.
Let's do it, Chris.
All right, we'll be right back after this on the BryanBuilt podcast.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Welcome back on the BryanBuilt podcast. Chris Malanga alongside Superintendent Mark Rairigh, and we've enjoyed our summer. A lot of busyness in the summer when it comes to like replacements and retirements and filling those roles, but got some time to relax and enjoy, hopefully, and we're getting ready for back to school.
We're ready to rock and roll. So school, as we mentioned, is just 4 short weeks away.
August 19th is the first day of school.
First day of school. It will be here before we know it, but we know there's a lot of planning and preparation that goes into the start of the school year, especially for parents, as the schedules and the busyness of schedule starts to ramp up again. So we're just going to take everyone through all of the back-to-school information that you will see. You'll have this available to you in a district newsletter that'll be coming your way, that'll be sent out and via Parent Square. And thanks to Chris for helping with all of the messaging to get that information out. Obviously, you have our podcast to listen to hear that information. Then, as always, our website, kept up by yours truly, Chris Malanga. Is always up to date with all the latest information, so you can use that as a reference point to check in.
And as we're talking dates and stuff, we'll pop those up on the screen so you can kind of follow along with us. So
Perfect. And don't forget our social media as well. It'll be there. 2
Facebooks, let's see, a TikTok, an Instagram, and an X. So we're a little busy on social media as well. So,
We're just everywhere.
I know.
It's great.
So the first thing that people look at is the back to school business day, and the elementary is sort of staying the same as it has in the past, but the middle school, high school changing just a little bit. So let's kind of run through some of that information first, starting with the elementary.
Yep. So at the elementary, their back to school business day is Tuesday, August 11th, and the times are 1 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. And that's an opportunity for all the families to come in, and it allows you to see your homeroom assignments, pay your fees, pick up any student scheduling information that you need, set your transportation, which is a big item, and take care of any little odds and ends that you need to take care of, such as lunch accounts. It's all in a one-stop shopping location in the Commons, and there's going to be some other vendors there as well to prepare you for the school year. But important note with busing, please make sure that at that back-to-school business day you stop in and take care of your transportation. If you cannot be there on that date, please make sure to touch base with our transportation department before Friday, August 14th.
Yeah, that's the deadline.
Because after that, we have to set our routes and our roles in stone so we can run our routing software appropriately. So any changes that take place after the 14th will not go into effect until after school starts, and it'll be the Monday after we start the school year. So that's Monday, August 24th. So that's always an important note.
Absolutely. So back to school business day again, Tuesday, August 11th. What was that time again for the
That was
middle
1
school?
p.m. to 7 p.m. in the elementary commons.
All right, 1 p.m. to 7 elementary commons. But the middle school, high school changes just a little bit.
Yeah, with everything being electronic now and available at your fingertips, there's not that pressing need to have schedules and a one-stop shopping location like at the elementary to get all your information. So because you have most of that information as a middle school and high school family already, what they're doing is they're setting office hours.
And the lights went out again. Yay.
Does that mean that we have to delay the start of school by a couple more weeks for summer to extend?
Maybe. I don't know.
Do we just scream hurrah here? And
I guess we can sit in the dark, and this is funny.
this has happened multiple times to us.
All right, I think I better stand up. Let's stand up.
Maybe we need to start doing our podcast in standing fashion.
It's still not doing it. I'm standing up.
Let's see if my long arms can.
Did we lose power?
There we go.
Hey. I don't know if I should cut that out or keep it in.
I'd say keep it in.
That's
Keep it in.
Oh my goodness.
All right, where were we? Oh,
Middle school, high
middle
school.
school, high school, back to school business. So because the information is at the fingertips of those families, they are setting office hours. So if you need to come in and get any questions answered or get help with any of those back to school items, they're going to be in the main offices the week of August 10th. So that's August 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. They have office hours that are going to be posted, but I'm just going to rattle through them here quickly. Monday, it's 8 to 4:30. Tuesday, it's 9:30 to 6. Wednesday, it's 8 to 4:30. Thursday, it's 8 to 4:30. And Friday, it's 7 to 3:30. So
and that's in the main office, not the commons like it has been in the past.
Correct. Yep. Come into the main office. Our secretarial staff will be there to assist you. Again, same things. If you need a student schedule printed, if you need a locker number, if you need to pay a school fee or set up a lunch account, our tech team individuals will be on hand as well, and they'll get all of that ready for you if you're not able to handle that with the devices or the communications that you have at home.
And if you're new to the building, special note, on Tuesday, August 11th at 6 p.m. is the 6th grade orientation in the gym. And I believe in the past, anybody has been able to come to that's new to the building, but don't quote me on that. What do you?
Yeah, anyone new to the building is definitely welcome, but
Okay.
it is primarily for the sixth graders.
Yep.
And Mr. Arnold will run that and take everyone through what it looks like to join the junior high. And I know that's a big step for some
Absolutely.
families especially if it's their first one coming through, but they're in great hands over there with a great staff. So he'll keep you in the know.
And if you're doing busing as well at the middle school, high school, we know a lot of times that kids can drive themselves or whatever. But if you're doing that, please also make sure that you do the busing at that time that week, because the same deadlines apply.
Yep, absolutely. Good reminder, Chris. So that's back to school business preparation, which then brings us to get ready for the actual start of the school year the following week. So please note on your calendars, Monday, August 17th is when open house is. So both buildings hold them on the same night. So the elementary open house is Monday, August 17th from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. And at the middle school and high school, the open house time is 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m.
That just allows you, if you have kids in both buildings, to not have to stress about it.
We have many families with
Yep.
kids in both buildings, so you can cross over there and hit up both buildings at the same time. And just don't forget that if you want to see the new addition, that would be your opportunity to get through and see the new addition of the Career Tech Center, the junior high gymnasium, and the fantastic new weight room over there at the middle school and high school.
All right, so elementary 5 to 6:30, middle school, high school 6 to 7:30, and again, no transportation that night.
Yep. Again, no transportation that night because we are past our deadline, and they'll work individually with families that week to set up transportation, which again won't go into effect until
24th.
the 24th if you do not get transportation completed the week of the 10th through the 14th. I think we talked about the first day of school already, but it is the 19th. So doors open at 7:40 a.m. Everyone has to understand that the drop-off line, specifically at the elementary, will take a few days, like every year, to work itself out.
Yep.
We do see a wealth of, I would say, extra individuals dropping off on those dates. You know, grandparents, extended family members. You know, it's the first day of school for kindergartners. You just see more cars than a normal school day on those first few days of school. So patience is key, and our school resource officers and our staff will guide everyone through. It will take a little bit longer on those first days, but after those first 2 or 3 days, it'll start to roll a lot faster. And they've got a decent system over there now with pulling the cars into the concession lots. Over at the football stadium, so that helps alleviate some of the pressures on some of the surrounding roads. It's never going to be perfect. When you have that many cars all trying to get to the same place and do the same thing in a 10-minute window, you're going to have backups. So we do our best to get everyone through, and if we need to make any tweaks to assist the process, we'll review that like we do every year. But again, patience those first few days, and then we hope after that it starts to run as smoothly as possible.
Just a reminder that if you're in preschool, kindergarten, and kindergarten, you have staggered start.
Staggered start. My favorite, Chris.
I did that on purpose.
I know you did. You set me up. You set me up. So boys start Wednesday, August 19th. Girls are Thursday the 20th. And then all preschool, cub, and kindergarten students attend together on Friday, August 21st. And that's just to alleviate some of the first, we'll call them the rookies, you know, the first-time students coming to school, so that they have a little more smaller class sizes and higher staff ratios to help them. You know, everything is new to them, from entering the building to where to go for lunch to where to use the restroom to who to ask the question to. It's just new, so it gives them the opportunity to really break that down, make them feel comfortable, and then they all come together on Friday, August 21st.
We've been throwing a lot of dates at you. If there was only a place we could go to get all those dates in one place,
where would that place be, Chris?
well, the calendar, the school calendar.
How about that?
Yeah.
Where do you find that?
You could find that on our website.
Awesome.
bryanschools.net, and it's under calendars. Now we have both PDF calendars, and you can subscribe to the different school calendars right on your phone and have it right there. And we go out 2 years, this is one thing I love about Bryan City School District. First as a parent, and now as an employee, is you know what's going on for 2 years.
Yeah, we got into this system quite a while back, and I forget the exact time frame, but it is nice to have 2 school years worth of dates available to you so you can plan around that. But just make sure when you're looking, you're on the 26-27 school calendar. We always put 2 years out at the same time in case we have some extreme planners out there. But the 26-27 school year calendar is available to you, and you can get it on your mobile device through our website or through your laptop or whatever it is that you're using. So it's always available to you.
Absolutely. So check that out. School supply lists.
School supplies.
We got a bunch of people requesting school supply lists. We did post them out on social media on the various Facebook pages, but if you need that, it's going to come out in your newsletter and then also available on the website. The Bryan City School District website has a spot for buildings. So if you go to buildings and then you go to whatever building you want, all the information for that particular building's there, because they are a little different based to building to building.
They are a little bit different building to building, a little bit different grade level to grade level, just some different needs there, and hopefully parents have the opportunity to go pick those up here with about 4 weeks to go until the start of the school year and be ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. School picture day is already set.
Yes. The students have to be ready to smile pretty.
High school is earlier because of the whole, middle school, high school is earlier because of the whole needing a school ID.
Yes, correct.
So that's actually going to take place still in August.
Yep. So they're Tuesday, August 25th. So right near the beginning of the school year there. That's actually the first Tuesday of the school year. And then at the elementary, they're a little bit later. They're Thursday, September 3rd.
Nice.
So, and the buildings will send out many reminders for those dates as well. and that is through Justin's photography.
Yep.
So Justin does a good job of keeping track of all of those smiling faces and getting all those cool pictures to the parents if they choose to purchase those.
All right.
Lunches and breakfasts.
Okay.
So I guess I'll take this over, Chris.
Sure.
We are happy to announce that yet again, our students will receive a free Type A lunch and breakfast if they so choose, in part with our program that we have in place through the state, as we do qualify to have the free lunch and breakfast program. So we're very fortunate to be able to offer that to all families, all students. So that's really important to us to make sure that they have the appropriate nutrition to perform at their highest levels. So we have to analyze this year to year to make sure, A, that this program is available through the state,
Yep.
and B, that it makes sense to operate in this fashion, because there are some processes that have to be met and some processes financially that have to take shape in order for it to work and jive between the school district and the state. So we're always monitoring that, but we're happy to announce yet again free lunch and breakfast for all students. And that is a Type A lunch and the breakfast. So if you want anything beyond that, that is at your own cost.
Yeah, and then you would just put money in your account with Pay Schools, which is also always there on the website. You can go on and set your stuff up and put your account in there.
Yep,
So
correct. And if you need help with Pay Schools, the Back to School Business Day is the place to be, or business days are the places to take care of that.
absolutely. All right, we're going to continue using Parent Square this year as our primary platform. I think it worked really well. We send it out for delays and cancellations. We send it out for updates from the classroom, athletic updates. So if you haven't gotten Parent Square already, you can just go to our website. There's a link to get the app. The app's the easiest way to use Parent Square. You can get texts and emails, but the app is definitely the best way. And if you need help, we have a whole section of Parent Square on our website to help you get through that. So
Yeah, and Chris set that up last year. I heard positive feedback all the way through from parents to staff to the groups that use it. There's many groups that create their own group to use their communications. So fantastic job setting that up, and I think it's been a really good tool for us as a district.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll just touch briefly on this. School fees, those are able to be paid at the Back to School Business Days, but just a reminder, we did last year reduce our school fees, specifically in grades
The
6 through
technology
12.
fee,
We
yeah.
removed the $50 technology protection plan fee, so that is no longer and remains no longer. So that is something that we're very fortunate to have reduced. We also reduced our pay-to-play fees for athletics last year, and those will also maintain those lower fee structures. But just a reminder, the general school fee at the high school for grades 9 through 12 is $110. At the middle school, it's $50. That's grades 6 to 8. And then at the elementary grades K to 5 is $50 as well. And then with the athletics pay-to-play fees, there's a structure in place where it's, for a high school student athlete, it's $40 for a season with a cap of $80 for the year if you're a multi-sport athlete, and a family cap of $160. Very similar for the middle school, but a little bit less for the junior high sports. $25 for a season, a cap at $50 for the individual, and a cap of $160 for the family.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
that structure remains in place, and those again were reduced last year.
Yeah, always trying to help people out.
Yeah, our goal, and I'll just hit real quick on this. Our goal is to be as financially responsible as possible to the community, but also as financially responsible as possible to each family as they navigate through a school year. Because as we know, costs in life continue to rise and rise and rise, and we're trying to do our part each and every day to do more with less. And that's our goal each and every day, and we are in a very comfortable, healthy position right now, the way we're operating, to be able to do that. We want to continue to do that, and so we're always looking for ways to manage that in the best way possible.
Perfect.
All right, busing. So I guess I'll hit on this a little bit. Transportation, we were able to reduce, coming into this school year, our no transport zone, which is also known as our walk zone, for many, many, many years. Since I know we've been on this campus and beyond that, we had a no transport zone of a 1 mile radius.
And the state allows you to have up to a 2 mile radius.
Correct. The state allows up to 2. We've always opted for less than that, to be as responsible, again, to our families as we can be, in a manner in which we can operate in a fiscally responsible manner and take care of business effectively. But we are reducing that no transport zone from 1 mile down to a half mile.
Nice.
We really felt that we wanted to be able to touch transportation in a positive way We've looked at the big three, the academics and what we're doing there to enhance the opportunities for students through the career tech offerings and just our year in and year out courses and offerings. In the world of athletics, we've had many facility upgrades over the recent handful of years, from the turf at the football stadium to the Washington soccer field upgrades, now the new weight room, the new junior high gym. There's always enhancements going on in the world of athletics. And then the arts. The big thing that we're about to kick off is the Arts and Ed project up at the auditorium to enhance the opportunities for any student invested in the arts. So we're always finding ways in every program. We get the free breakfast and lunch program and food service. And now we're looking at transportation, and we thought that reducing that transportation zone was a good thing. It expands busing offerings for approximately another 130 eligible students. I don't know if all of them will take that opportunity, but at least it's available to them. And that really now makes our walk zone, if you recall, across the community, we implemented the Safe Routes to School program, and we had new sidewalks installed a few years ago. And those sidewalks now connect basically Main Street to South Street to Markey to the school. And so there's a clear walking path for anyone in those regions to get to school. And we really thought that our no transport zone should follow that. So it really is, a no transport zone is never a perfect circle or radius away from the school district, that half mile, but it kind of zigs and zags around as roads zig and zag around as well. But we are very fortunate now to reduce that no transport zone down to a half mile, which pretty much aligns with that Safe Routes to School program, so that our walk zone now is within that Safe Routes to School area of real estate. So we hope that goes well. Lights are going out again. We do not have to add any drivers for this, and we do not have to add any routes to make this happen. So that was something we were very fortunate to have. But if you know anyone who wants to drive, we are always looking for drivers. I always have to put that plug in. We have 22 daily routes. Unfortunately, we only have approximately 18 to 19 drivers right now, so we are always covering because we're shorthanded. It is very difficult to find qualified and certified, because the certifications to drive are pretty stringent, certified drivers. So if you know anyone who's interested, please send them our way. Contact Ryan Eberly in our transportation department, and we'll see what we can do to get you set up. But we are always in need of drivers. And with that, I'm going to stand up and try to turn the lights on again.
And I'm going to make a promo for returning student registration. So every year, you have to register your student again. It's all online, and it's through your parent portal. And if you don't know how to do this, come to one of the days that we talked about, and they'll help you through it. But you got to go in to your parent portal, click on returning student registration. You can find it at bryanschools.net, and please register your student again.
Yep, it's one of those necessary evils that has to be done. The most important thing is having the most up-to-date contact information. If there's ever an emergency, we want to be able to reach you as soon as possible. So that's why it's highly, highly important to have that all up to date. So please go in if you have not done so already. It can be done if you're a returning student. All of your information from previous years uploads, and you just need to tweak anything that's new. So please go do that. You can have that done for each student in a very, very efficient amount of time.
Yep, for sure.
That's a lot of information.
It is.
Back to school is, everyone says, oh, summer, relax, kick up the feet, enjoy the sun. I'm telling you, summer, and at least the offices, is probably one of the busiest times of a calendar year in a school system. It's crazy what gets crammed into June and July, because once August 1st hits, you have to be ready by August 1st because practices start, students are back on campus, staff start to come back in, all of this communication has to be out, dates have to be ready, systems have to be ready to rock and roll. There's no tweaking at that point. It is game on. So thanks to all the staff that make that happen over the summer months. We know it's incredibly busy. We know that people are out there enjoying their summers as they should be, but that allows everyone who is enjoying their summer to come back into a well-orchestrated and ready-to-return system. And the facilities along with that, with all the maintenance and cleaning and fixing that happens with our custodial crews, we thank them for all of their efforts because when we all come back, we know that the wear and tear will start over again, but to have it shiny, new, bright, and ready means a lot to everyone. So thanks to all involved in helping get us ready for another school year.
The buildings look great. I haven't been in the elementary yet, but I go to the middle school, high school multiple times per week. In fact, they asked me to leave my office for a few days so they could do it. This is my 4th year, and they've never had a chance to clean my office over the summer, so everything's all waxed and nice, and it looks good in there.
Are you sure that they're not sending you a message by kicking you out, Chris?
I don't know. I don't know.
You might want to think into that one a little bit.
Okay.
No, they do a fantastic job, and they need their space to work. So
Yep.
it's good that they take the time to deep dive into that clean
for sure.
and make
Absolutely.
do it the right way.
Absolutely. So with that, you do a lot of new staff hiring.
Yeah,
over
a
the
lot
summer.
this year. We had so many retirements, Chris.
Yep.
So many retirements, and we're going to continue to see retirements. There's been changes to the retirement system
Yep.
at the state level for teachers. And like I noted, we just have somewhat of a high volume of veteran staff, which is a great thing because we have a wealth of experience to help with our students each and every day. But replacing them, it takes time.
Yep.
And so we've had a lot of new faces joining us. So I'm just going to rattle through those. I may not note all the details for everyone, but I guess here's all of the new staff joining our team. So teaching 5th grade is going to be McKendry Seamer.
Alum.
She is an alum,
Yep.
and you'll see a trend there with
Yep.
lots of alum. And you know what? I see a typo in our notes. I'm going to fix that on the spot. Can I do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
There.
That way we don't forget. Meg Koonsman, she was an aide in the district. She's going to convert into a teaching role, and she's going to teach our grades K to 2 cross-categorical special education classroom. Haley Wheeler, another alum,
Yep.
is going to be teaching 5th grade intervention. So welcome, Haley. Sarah Von Sagern, another alum.
AKA Sarah Betts.
Sarah Betts is going to be teaching middle school and high school science over at the 6 to 12 building. So welcome back, Sarah. Rose Reinhardt is going to be joining us as a new teacher. She's going to be at the middle school and high school as a science teacher. Allie Zimmerman, an alum,
Yep.
is going to be teaching 7th grade English this year. So welcome back, Allie. Hope Snyder, an alum,
Yep.
is going to be staying with us. She was in a substitute capacity last year with us, but she's going to be staying with us officially as a teacher, teaching high school intervention. And then Jill Pittman. Jill Pittman was with us last year. She took over the multiple abilities classroom at the high school level, and she was a substitute status last year, but now she's able to move into regular teaching roles. So welcome back, I should say,
Yeah.
Jill. So
Yep.
we're excited to have all of these individuals with us. And then we also have all of our support staff. There's a lot of transitions each and every summer that take place in our classified staff. So that would be our custodial, our secretarial,
Lunch.
our
Food
food
service,
service, our transportation,
AIDS.
AIDS. Yes, thank you. So some new faces joining us here. Linda Miller is going to be in food service. Christina Brown as an elementary paraprofessional. Carmen Roth as an elementary paraprofessional. Brianna Swank as an elementary paraprofessional. Shannon Bowen as an elementary paraprofessional, and Craig Bosselman as a middle school, high school paraprofessional. And we do still have a few lingering positions, so
Yeah.
we do know that this list will grow here in the coming weeks.
We went through our administrative staff as part of our news feed, but we had a bunch of that too.
Yep. So I think that's everything. I guess I'll note here is coming up in our notes that Friday, August 14th. That's the Friday before the school year begins. Yep. We have our Meet the Teams happening over here at the football stadium. So there's going to be lots of recognition of our student athletes for fall sports happening out there. And don't forget that coming into the sports season that all students, through the grace of community donors, are eligible to attend every athletic event for free.
That's awesome.
So again, all students will continue to attend every athletic event for free. And we're very proud to be able to run that program, and we're very fortunate for anyone, individuals, businesses, organizations, whoever that is that helps donate funds to recoup the costs that are lost by not having those ticket sales come in, to allow all of our students to attend those games free.
Just one note on that. Students in grades PK through 6, you have to have a parent with you. You
Yes.
can't just drop off your second grader at the football game.
It is not a babysitting service. So please attend if you're in grades K to 6 or pre-K through 6 with an adult.
Absolutely. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I feel like I need to take a deep breath after all that.
I know, absolutely. It's crazy.
So what'd you do this summer, Chris?
I did a little bit of stuff. We went to California over spring break, and so the summer was a little bit more subdued. But I was able to take some time off and hang out, and did Cedar Point. We did Kings Island. I'm going to Kings Island yet this week. So again, it's been fun. I've enjoyed.
Yeah.
So
I think
you went to Michigan, didn't you?
Yeah. So we started. I guess I'd call it a tradition now with our family. We started going to northern Michigan probably. Oh, goodness. It's been 7 or 8 years ago. We thought maybe it would be a one-time deal. And actually, started taking place because we went to Florida once and it got so hot. Like it was like, let's go north, let's try it. And we loved it. And I've grown up going to Michigan and to the various lake towns and to the west side of Michigan along Lake Michigan, which is just gorgeous, by the way. But we found some places up in northern Michigan that we just love, and we keep finding ourselves going back there every year. So we were able to get away and enjoy the beauty up there, and it was just a great time. We had great weather. Just couldn't have asked for a better time up there. And beyond that, just the day-to-day here and taking care of things and kids' activities and sports. And before you know it, it's back to school.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just there really is a lot that goes on over the summer. Even in a role like mine, it's kind of crazy how much you have to. That's your time to break and take a breath, but it's also when everything hits.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Busy time, but it's all for the good.
Yeah, absolutely. So you think we got that all covered?
I think we got it all covered.
Do you want to do a fun activity?
Let's do it. We got to have fun.
All right. We usually do a fun activity as part of our thing. We're going to do this here. We're going to take a time out. When we come back, we are going to do our fun segment. We're going to play a little Taboo. Back after this on the BryanBuilt podcast.
The historic Bryan Arts and Education building is being renovated for the next generation, transforming it into a welcoming, accessible space where performances and events can be comfortably enjoyed. The $6.2 million project adds lobby and backstage space, new seating, lights and sound system, accessibility, and additional parking. Because here in Bryan, art connects us. Your support, big or small, makes a lasting impact, inspiring generations to come. Donate and learn more at bryanarts.org.
Welcome back out on the BryanBuilt podcast. Time now for our fun segment. We're going to play a little Taboo, and here's how this works. Each of us has a set of cards, and we're going to try to get somebody to guess, the other person to guess the word on the card, but we can't use certain words. So, for example, if it's duck, we can't use swim, we can't use yellow, we can't use rubber, things like that. So that's kind of what it is. And you're going to ask me summer words, and I'm going to ask you back to school words. So we're going to see how this goes.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
So you want to go first?
Sure. I got you here. So again, my theme is summertime. We're going to test Chris's knowledge and my ability to explain words that deal with summer. And I have not looked at these.
Yeah, I haven't either. These were created by my wife, and she handled all of it. I did not see it. I handed you a stack. I haven't opened this, so I have no idea.
Thanks to Nikki for doing this.
That's right.
My first word is really good. It's very summertime fitting. But
summertime.
And no peeking over there, Chris.
All right, I'm not.
Let's see if I can do this. And I have other words here that I cannot use.
Yes, you can't use
to
them.
try to describe this. So my word is...
Well, don't say the top of the word. You have to give me clues.
Right.
Okay.
My word that I'm trying to describe to you is somewhere you go, typically during the summertime, to get away, probably with family or friends, to be able to unwind, to be able to...
Vacation?
Yes! You nailed it.
All right, so there's one.
Okay.
I wonder if our things are here. Oh!
Ding, 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 ding. All right.
Nice.
I'm going to keep a tally here. We're going to keep official score because you know I'm competitive. So one tally for Chris.
Okay, so during the summer, you are behind this a lot, and it's where you do a lot of work. And depending on if they're an elementary student or a high school student, they might have different sizes of these, but it's the spot you either do work or learn.
Oh, man. You either do work or learn behind this.
Yep.
For elementary kids.
Or you actually have one of these too.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say computer.
Nope, it's desk.
Oh, my Lanta.
Oh, sorry.
Jeepers.
I don't know.
I'm down 1-0
Did I
already.
do bad at that?
No.
Okay.
It's just, I'm disappointed in myself,
That's
Chris.
okay. That's all right.
I have to hold myself to a higher standard.
All right. Do you want me to go again, or you want to alternate like that?
We'll keep alternating. All right. My summertime word for you is, this is something that is a sweet treat. And it comes in a variety of fashions. You can either have it...
Is it ice cream?
It is.
I didn't want you to,
Wow.
to go
Wow,
too
that was
far.
good. That was good.
Okay. This year, as in the past years, this is free, And this is the place that you get that free thing every morning and midday.
So the cafeteria?
Correct.
Yes, I get a ding, 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 ding. Yes. I'm on the board.
Nice.
I'm on the board. I got my official score sheet.
There you go.
See
Yeah,
how
here.
official that is?
So,
All right, my summertime word for you.
all right.
This is something that you wear. Typically, if you're in like summer mode and you just want to put on something along the other than when you walk, you put these on, and they're pretty casual.
So like
and
flip-flops?
they can be worn a lot in the sand.
Is
You
it
are right.
flip-flops?
Give yourself a ding, ding,
Oh,
ding. It is
okay.
flip flops.
I wasn't sure I was going to go Crocs on that because that's my summer. Okay.
It's hard because like she thought of all the words that we are
Yeah.
going to say or want to say.
Yeah. Okay. So this is, again, you're doing back to school stuff.
Okay.
Now, we hope that this isn't used all that often, but occasionally when people make some decisions that aren't great, they have to do this. And it can be either during the day, at lunch, after school.
So they have to, unfortunately, at times survey detention.
Correct. Detention.
Okay.
We hope there's not that much
We
of
hope
that.
those numbers are very low, but that is
There you go.
something that is still taking shape in schools
Yep.
across America
Yep.
today.
All right. So what do we got? It's 3-2.
All right.
You gotta give yourself a point.
Oh yeah, give myself. Oh yeah, that's the most important part.
Yeah, you don't
It's
wanna-
that point.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something that, well, I guess if you are being called to do a podcast in the summer, you might be lounging in one of these in the sun.
The pool?
The pool. You got it.
As I was when I got called into the podcast.
Sorry to interrupt all of your you time out there, but
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
glad to have you sitting next to me
Yeah, absolutely.
handling this podcast.
All right, this one I hope will be very easy for you. The junior high and high school kids get mad that there's not this anymore. It's a time that students are not studying, but they're enjoying themselves and having fun.
And they don't
When they
have
get
it
when they get to
anymore?
the middle school, they're sad because they don't have it anymore.
Recess.
You got it, recess.
I was like, what do they not have anymore?
Sixth graders. That's the biggest complaint. We don't get recess anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, you got to graduate at
Yeah,
some point
yeah.
into the world of no recess,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the point where they graduate.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, gotta give myself a point, and you're up with your next summertime word.
Okay.
This is something that when you're out enjoying the weather too much, sometimes you can get ouchies on your skin.
Is it a sunburn?
It is.
I like ouchies.
I was gonna say hurt or burn, but those are all words I can't say.
Ouchie. I love it. All right. 5-3. Your word's coming.
Okay.
Oh, we just talked about this. We are in need.
Bus drivers.
You said bus, so
Bus.
we'll go with there.
Yes.
That was fast.
If you know anyone who can drive bus for Bryan City Schools, please send them our way. We need bus drivers.
Give yourself a point. All right. How many do you want to do? Because there's a few more here. There's,
You got 10 total?
I think there's 12 total. Let's
Okay,
see.
why don't we go...
Yeah, there's 12 total.
Okay, so we've each done 5.
Okay, you want to
wanna
do
go
5 more?
5 more?
All right, I'm going to
Okay.
take the top 5 here, and I'll put these aside. Okay. And it's my turn. I mean, you have to give to me.
Yep. Okay.
You got 5 there?
Your next... Yep,
Oh,
I think so. I think I can count.
oh.
Hopefully I can.
Maybe I...
All right, your next summertime word. When it's very nice weather,
Okay.
sometimes you place these, they actually sit on top of your nose and they help reduce the glare.
Sunglasses?
Yes.
Nice.
Look at that description when I can't use all those words I want to use.
I'm going to put these up on the screen so people see what we can't use. All right. There is no blank on Ready, Set, Relax given by teachers.
There's no homework.
Correct. Look at that. Ready, Set, Relax in November, right?
November. Yep.
Yep.
We
First
kinda
Monday in November.
We kind of shifted that
Yep.
a little bit to accommodate the time between seasons.
Yep.
Yep.
That'll be on the school calendar.
That will be on
which
the
you can
school
find on our
calendar.
website.
Which is the website that you keep up to date.
Yes, sir.
That has all the
There we go.
information. All right, your next summertime word. Oh, I love these. So
Okay.
these start to float around during the month of June. They come out around dusk. They are
Fireflies?
Yes.
All right.
You're on a
Nice.
roll, Chris. On a roll.
I keep getting words that are really easy, I think.
Every time you say that, it scares me. I'm like, if it's easy.
For many years, we did not allow students to carry these, and now they can over in the middle of high school.
Backpacks.
Yeah. I knew you'd get that.
Backpacks.
I knew you'd get
The
it.
infamous backpacks. By the way, backpacks keep getting more and more sophisticated.
Oh, they do.
If you look around, I mean, the amount of compartments they
Yeah.
have and
the little-
what they can
like
store.
the little straps and stuff.
It's amazing. It's almost like you could survive like 3 weeks in the wilderness
Absolutely.
with the supplies you could fit in a backpack. Like it's,
Absolutely.
I know that's the intention of that, but wow, they're just getting incredibly good. All right, this is something I could do a shameless dad joke right now, and I think I'm going to.
Okay.
Maybe I'll wait till afterwards.
Okay.
But this is something that you take from place to place. Typically in the summer, kids do take these to school. We have a rack that they can be parked on if they do choose
Is it
to.
a bike?
It is. But bicycle was a word, but I'm going to give it to you.
All right.
Bike.
All right.
But I'm going to tell you, oftentimes that it's not feasible to take your bike from place to place because oftentimes that bicycle is too tired.
Oh,
Get it? Too tired.
I like that.
you know.
I like that. All right. This is kind of again. Some of these are a little easy.
Is
Grades.
that-
Grades.
What are you trying to tell Nikki?
Grades 9 through 12.
High school.
Yeah.
I like that. I like easy. Did I give you a point last time?
I don't think so.
No. I got to give you a point. I got to give me a point. So
Yeah, it should be like 8 to 7.
it's 8 to 7. So we each
Okay.
have 2 remaining.
Okay.
I blundered in that first one. That's
Sorry.
gonna bite me. Yeah. It's gonna bite me. Okay, your next one. This is a place you can go. Typically, it's along a coast, and it has lots of water. Sometimes crashing waves.
Is it the beach?
It is the beach.
I wasn't sure if you were going beach or ocean there.
Yep,
So
beach.
all right.
Okay. You are 9 for 9, by the way.
Oh man.
You're batting 1,000 right now.
All right. I'm trying to figure because the word
Must be a tougher
it's
word.
It's not a tough word. It's just the words that are down here that I can't say make it.
Okay.
They are staff members who are not administrators. They are not classified, but they usually have a certificate. And I'm trying to think because if I keep going. So we just hired a bunch of them and a bunch of alumni. So they're not administrators. They're not classified staff. It's the other category of people that we employ here.
Teachers?
Yeah.
You were making me nervous there. I was like, it's got to be a teacher, but is it something else?
No, it is a
Yeah,
teacher. It's
Okay.
just, but the words are class, instructor, learn, and grade. Like,
Oh,
so-
okay. Yeah.
And I
okay.
can't say teach.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So 9 to 8 going into the
Okay.
final word. Do I purposely blunder this so that you don't get a point?
Well, I mean, if you blunder it, like I buzz you. So
Ooh, this one's a little trickier too.
Is it really?
Okay. This is an element of the air that typically in the month of July gets very high, and it makes you it'll leave your shirt very wet.
is it the sun? Is it the sun?
It is not.
What
Wow, did I not describe that good?
What is it?
It's humidity. I was gonna keep going, but I.
Oh.
Oh man.
So now this is for the tie, right?
This is for the tie.
Okay.
This is for the tie.
Oh, okay. Man, all right. These used to have chalk, but now the lights are out again.
Your description is so good, the lights are turning off.
They used to have chalk. Teachers use them.
Mm-hmm.
They're usually on the walls.
Mm-hmm. I think I know.
Okay.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Do I have to be specific, or can I just say boards?
You have to be specific.
They used to use chalk, but now they use markers.
Right. And so what's that called?
A whiteboard.
Yeah. You got
Yes.
it. So we tied. All right. Let's get the lights back on. So
we can start the year in a tie. That means we're all even.
That's right.
We don't have to hold grudges going into the next podcast.
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
Turn
Absolutely.
these lights on.
Look at what is going on. Now they're not going on at all.
We're gonna have to maybe position our table somewhere
Yeah,
different.
and we're gonna have to no. Maybe they could adjust the sensitivity in here.
Well,
Like,
we missed John. That's the
Yeah, no,
issue.
John Z
John, if you're out there listening somewhere, you're very well missed. This podcast just isn't the same without John doing all the editing and filming in the background. You guys never saw. No one ever saw John.
I know.
Did we ever get him on camera?
we never did. But
Well, maybe we bring him back
Yeah,
as a
I
special
think-
guest.
I think so.
When
I
he's
think
on
so.
break, because he's going to the University of Findlay.
Yep.
And he's majoring in
I think it's animal science.
animal science,
something like that.
So he's going to be doing great things
Yeah.
here as he heads out into the world. But we got to get John back. John, huge shout out to you if you're listening out there. We love you. We want you back at some point. So we'll see if Chris can hold this down and make this podcast as good
We'll
as
see
it
it.
was.
Right now, there's 3 cameras here and no humans operating them. So we
See how this all
Yeah.
shakes down.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do you have a Golden Bear standout to wrap this up?
Okay, so this is probably easy, and I know we've maybe hit on some of this classification of staff before, but I did earlier announce the official retirement date of December 31st for Ned Ruffer, and we're going to be searching for his replacement. But Ned is best of the best. Ned is someone who gets the job done, gets his job done the right way each and every time. He has such a deep passion and care for seeing things in order, for seeing things complete and done appropriately, and for leading and guiding an organization to reflect back on the community in a positive way. His goal every day is, I mean, he'll just tell me, like, I never want, like when it's snowing, I never want our parking lots to be, nothing but the best in town. I want them to look the best in town. Our facilities, I want them to be maintained. He just was telling me we had an inspection done the other day by the state, and the state came in and they walked in and they were questioning his response when he said that we've been in this new building now going into year 10. They said, there's no way. They said, there's absolutely no way. And then he said, yeah, we are entering year 10 in the new middle school and high school. And they said that can't be right. They said, this building looks like it's only been open a year and a half to 2 years. But that just is a testament to how Ned operates and how he has his crew operating, that the team as a whole makes things the best they can be, and honestly, the best in the area. So Ned has worked for 47 years.
Wow.
47 years. So he's it's bittersweet for him right now, because this is, it's his passion to get up and go to work and to get the job done the right way. So he's figuring out his next chapter of life. We know it'll be a great one for him. But he is every reason to celebrate doing things the right way, the BryanBuilt way, through his character, through his care, through his service mentality. And, he's one of those behind the scenes guys. A lot of people probably don't see his face during a day, maybe see him in passing, or maybe see him at an event and don't even know that he's a staff member here, because he just gets things done quietly, without needing or wanting recognition. He is just a class act, and he allows us to have the beautiful facilities that we have, and the beautiful infrastructure and the way things operate. I mean, he works closely with our tech team. He works closely with obviously our custodial staff, because those are his team members, but anyone who uses our facilities. So that's our teaching staff, our coaches, our administrators. He is just he's a wealth of knowledge. He has so many community contacts with subcontractors and different places in town. So can't speak highly enough of Ned. He means the world to us, and we could not be happier for him entering into official retirement here at the end of this calendar year. So we've got a few short months with him yet, and it's going to be a lot to find a replacement for him. But Ned, thanks for all you do. You truly are the best of the best, so we wish you the best in retirement.
All right, Golden Bear Standout, Ned Ruffer, our Director of Maintenance. All right, so visit our website at podcast@bryanschools.net. We didn't do a question today, but we're going to do that in future episodes. We're going to try to get on a more regular schedule so we can get a bunch of episodes out this school year. So podcast@bryanschools.net. Let us know what you think about that. And that's going to do it for episode 1 of season 2.
Season 2, I love it. This is
go.
fun, and I hope it's a great avenue to get information out. If you ever have any recommendations for us to help spread the news, we're all ears, and we just want to make this the best it can be to help share information in a little bit different light than we typically do. So it's fun, and I enjoy the interaction, and we'll deep dive into some good topics throughout the year, and looking forward to it, Chris.
All right, so for all of us at the Golden Bear BryanBuilt podcast, almost the Golden Bear Sports Network, BryanBuilt podcast, I'm Chris Malanga with Mark Rairigh. And Mark, do you remember the phrase? Because I didn't write it down.
Do I remember, Chris?
All
I don't
right.
even need a script for this.
What is it?
Greatness isn't born, it's Bryan built.
See ya. Have a good one.